Okay, so what's up in the April sky? Um, okay, well, with between the time change and the advancing of the days, the days are getting longer. Okay, it's bright later. Um, I know because I haven't been able to set up the image for polar alignment until about 9 o'clock at night. So the nights are getting shorter and the days longer. So by the end of the month, sunset will be at 8:18, and dusk won't end till nearly 10:30, and sunrise will be at just after 6. The sun has been a little quiet, although there have been some aurora outbreaks through March. Uh, this particular sunspot group, AR4048, is lined up nicely with the Earth, and it still has the potential to unleash M-class solar flares. Um, it triggered an X-class solar flare earlier in the month, but it was just rotating into view on the eastern limb of the sun, so we didn't see any aurora as a result of that. The moon, a lot of interesting things to look at the moon this month. On the 1st of April, the moon was very close to the Pleiades. I see that Lisa Ann took a picture of that and posted it on our Facebook page. On the 2nd, the moon was near Jupiter. On the 5th will be the first quarter of the birds laying eggs moon. And the moon will also be near Mars. So that's tonight. Probably not going to be able to see that. Never know. Maybe some clouds will break, some sucker holes. We'll see. On the 6th, the moon's near the Beehive, and on the 13th, it's full moon. Last quarter is on April 21st, followed by the Lyrid meteor shower peak on the 22nd. And on the 25th, the moon's near Saturn and Venus. The new moon's April 27th, Frog's croaking moon. And the month will end with the moon again near Jupiter.
What's the level of appearance?
Any 10 to 15 an hour. I'll speak a little more about that later on. So with binoculars on the 2nd, if you happen to look up, that's what you would have seen the moon, nice crescent near Jupiter. And tonight, if we get a break in the clouds, you'll see the moon and nearby Mars. And you don't have to stay up super late for that. 9:30 will do it.
What's the field of those two images? Do you have
They were. This is with the typical.
a couple of trees?
Yeah, it's at the bottom. 7.1 degree for 7x50 binoculars around. And if you got the Celestron Skymasters, the 15x70s, it's 4.4. April 6th, so tomorrow, again, the forecast doesn't look great, but a nice sight of the moon near the Beehive cluster. So nice binocular targets. And here's a challenge for near the end of the month, of the 25th, um, in the field of view of 7x50 binoculars, you could see waning crescent moon, Venus, and Saturn on the same field of view. But it's a challenge because you have to get up at 5:30 and have a good eastern horizon. And on the 30th, this is when the moon is again near Jupiter. But if you observe this just at sunset, just after sunset, notice lots of nice constellations in the same general area, Auriga, Gemini, and Orion, and Canis Major. So that might be a nice wide field photo opportunity. If you're working on the lunar observations for Explore the Universe or working on the Explore the Moon program, nights of April 3rd to 7th are the best nights to observe, draw, capture, or this craters and other lunar features around this area. The planets this month, they are all going to be visible at some point. So Mercury is currently visible very low in the east. You almost need to be on a looking out over the ocean just before sunrise by I think by the second week of April. Venus is now the morning star, and it will be at its brightest on the 24th of April. Mars is still present in Gemini, quite obvious after sunset, crossing into Cancer on the 12th of April, and as I mentioned, close to the first order moon. Jupiter is still prominent in Taurus, but it sets before midnight. And as I mentioned, near the waxing crescent moon a few days ago, and near the waxing crescent moon again on the 30th of April. So just after the new. Saturn visible in the morning twilight by the end of the first week of April. And as I mentioned, it clusters with Venus and the waning crescent moon. Yeah. Uranus is at the boundary between Aries and Taurus after sunset. If you're trying to catch a glimpse of Uranus, do it soon, because by the end of April, it'll no longer be visible. It'll be lost in the glare of the setting sun. And Neptune is still visible in the pre-dawn sky. It's in Pisces, and it will be there. You'll be able to see it by the last week of April. The Lyrian meteor shower. So as the name implies, the radiant is in the constellation Lyra. The predicted peak is 2 a.m. on April 22nd. This shower normally yields between 10 to 15 meteors per hour under a dark sky. But it has been known to produce bursts of activity of up to 100 meters an hour. So you might get lucky. And it's also a shower where fireballs are possible. So you may catch a nice fireball if you stay up to look at these meteors. The best time to view will be after midnight, before the moon rises. So if you have access to dark skies around midnight, step out and have a look. Explore the Universe, spring constellations to keep in mind. Ursa Major and Minor, Bootes, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Spring stars, Arcturus, Spica, Regulus, Dubhe, Polaris, Denebula, Zubanil, Danubi, and Zubanesh Shamali are the spring stars you need to observe and make note of. And the deep sky object for April is Milot 111, also known as Colander 256. And you'll find this nice open cluster. It's a very large open cluster. So it's best viewed with binoculars. And you'll find it by looking south of this 4.4 magnitude star, Gamma Coma Berenices. And an easy double star for this month is Mizar and Alcor. found in the handle of the Big Dipper. It's a visual double star, and the jury's still out whether Mizar actually is gravitationally bound with Alcor. They have similar movement, but it's not clear whether they're actually a true double star. However, if you point a telescope at Mizar, you'll see that Mizar is actually a double star, Mizar A and B. Okay, so this is a fairly easy double to resolve as long as the scene's pretty good and you have a decent telescope. And if you're having a peek at Mizar and Alcor, you might notice another star in between the two. This is Sidus Ludovisiana, and it's 8th magnitude, but it's not part of the Mizar Alcor system. Now, Mizar A and B, as well as Alcor, are themselves double stars, unresolved. Meaning you can't split them with a telescope. So in total, this is a 6-star system. So pretty neat. So, any questions?
Going to be clear?
Well, I have looked at the Environment Canada, and it doesn't look too good until I think Thursday is the next night when there's might be
The
some.
appropriate answer is not unless he stops buying.
Yes, and yeah,
Not going to be clear.
yeah, I heard a rumor. Jerry has a C-star S30.
Will be.
Will be. Okay.
But it was won, not bought. Does that have an effect?
Oh,
No,
well,
you still gotta make up for all the other stuff.
yeah. Okay, so if there's no questions, thanks everyone for coming.
Please hang up and try again.